Hello everyone. Today I will discuss the second method as a part of requirement in my program. My name is Jedediah May G. Reyes, and you can call me Engineer Jed or Engineer Reyes for short. My undergrad program is Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and now I am currently enrolled in Master of Science in Computer Engineering with specialization in Data Science and Data Engineering. So we can go here in the Canvas and we can see that this is the assignment number 4 in the subject of numerical methods with computer applications. And it is about root finding techniques. And then we are tasked to solve the problems using the second and Newton-Raphson. So we have to choose one problem only on the situational problems, and then we will discuss it jointly. So I choose problem number 7, the battery discharge modeling, and it has a function of f of t is equals to ln of t plus t squared is equals to 0. So I chose this problem because it can help in my research concept. So I have identified the steps that I used in order to show the solution in this problem using the second method. So the first step that I used or I did is to check the graph of the function using Desmos. So our function is f of x is equals to ln of x plus t raised to 2. So in Desmos or in using Desmos, we will just type the equation and then it will automatically graph the function. So in Desmos, we can only use the x and we cannot use other letters. So we can see here the graph of the function of ln of x plus x squared. So we know that in the function, the highest exponent is equals to 2. And we know that the graph will not be linear, and the graph will have a curve because it has the exponent of 2, and it's like a quadratic function or quadratic equation. And then after checking the graph of the function using Desmos or using online graphing calculator, we have to proceed on the step number 2. So step number 2 is to create a table for values of t, f of t, root estimate, t sub 1, and the approximate error is equals to EA. So that we will not be confused on which is the root estimate, approximate error, and which is the t sub I. So we can put in the upper row number of iterations, the letter I, and then next one is t sub I minus 1 plus t or t sub I, and then we have the function or the f of t sub I minus 1, and then we have the f of t sub I, and then this one is the root estimate t sub I plus 1, and then this one is the approximate error, which is in percentage. And then the step number 3 is to write the formulas that we will use in solving the values of t and solving the t sub I minus 1. So we have f of t is equals to ln of t plus t raised to 2. And then in solving the function of t sub I minus 1, we will use also the ln of t, but we will substitute the t sub I minus 1 and plus t raised to 2. And then in order to get the approximate error, we have to use this formula. So the present root minus previous root all over present root, then times 100. So the approximate error should be always in positive because we have the absolute. And then in finding the root estimate, we will use this formula. So x sub I plus 1 or t sub I plus 1 is equals to t sub I minus the function of t sub I multiplied to t minus I, t sub I minus 1 minus t sub I all over the function of t sub I minus 1 minus the function of t sub I. And then step number 4 is to just set up conditions like what will be our initial values. So we can use t sub I minus 1 is equals to 0.47 and t sub I is equals to 0.5 as our initial values. And then we can also think how many iterations should we compute. We can have 3 or 5 iterations. So it depends on the outcome, or it depends on the value of the last root estimate. So when do we stop computing the iterations? So those are the conditions that we should think or set up. Then next step is to start computing values of t sub I and function of t sub I, function of t sub I minus 1, and then compute the root estimate and compute the approximate error. So in our solution, we will show how to compute those values. So for iteration number 1, we will use our initial values like 0.47 and 0.5. And then we will use this function. F of t is equals to ln of t plus t raised to 2. So we will just substitute our initial values. So f of 0.47 is equals to ln of 0.47 plus 0.47 raised to 2. So we will get the ln of 0.47. So it is equals to 0.755, negative 0.755, and then we have to add it to the square of 0.47. So 0.47 raised to 2 is equals to 0.2209. And then we just need to add these two values. And then we will get 0.5341. And then we have to get the f of 0.5 because that is our another initial value. So 0.5 and same function. Then just substitute 0.5 to our function. So ln of 0.5 again. We will use the ln plus 0.5 raised to 2. So we will get 0.4431. So it's equals to 0.4431. Okay. So we have to find the first value of our root estimate, and we will use this. Formula. Okay. So t sub I, right? T sub I plus 1 is equals to t sub 1, t sub I plus 1 is equals to t sub I minus function of t sub I multiplied to the difference of our initial values. All over our functions. So t sub I minus 1 minus the function of t sub I. So our I is equals to 0 at the first iteration, and then we will add it to 1, and then our t sub I is equals to 0.5, as we can see here. So 0.5 minus the function of t sub I. So function of 0.5 is equals to negative 0.4431. And then multiplied to the difference of our initial values. So our initial values are 0.47 and 0.5. So we will just get the difference minus 0.5. And then all over the values of two functions. So all over f of t sub I minus 1. So this one, negative 0.5, 5341 minus negative 0.4431. So we can input these all these values to get the answer. Okay. So t sub 1 is equals to 0.6461. So this is equals to 0.64. And for our approximate error, so we can use our formula is equals to absolute of present root minus so we can use this present root minus the previous root all over present root times 100. So our present root is this one, 0.64, 0.61 minus previous root is equals to 0.5. 0. And then divided by 0.6461. So absolute, and then multiplied to 100. So we can input this formula in our calculator, and it will just give us 22.6164%. So it will give us 22.65%. And then in our second iteration, so in our second iteration, we will use the same function, which is f of t is equals to ln of t plus t raised to 2. But we will change our values of t sub I minus 1 will be equal to our previous root, which is equals to 0.5, and then our present root, which is equals to 0.6461. So, and then we will just compute the function by just substituting our new values. Okay, so we will substitute the f of 0.5 and we will give us negative 0.4431, and then we will substitute our present root, which is 0.6461 in our function, and we will give, and that will give us a new value, and then that new value will be substituted in the formula of our root estimate, and we will have a new root, and that new root will be the present root, and then the t sub 1 will be equals to t sub 1 will be our previous root. So that's how we compute iteration 1, iteration 2, and iteration 3. And then step 6 is just to check if our manual computations are correct using Excel or Python. Okay. So we can open this Excel file, and then for second method, we can write the function so we cannot forget it, and then our initial values is the same as 0.47 and 0.5. So we have the iteration number, we can put iteration 2, iteration 3, and then iteration 4. So for the values of I, it will always start in 0, and then followed by 1, and followed by 2. Then, so this is our initial values, 0.47 and 0.5. So that will be t sub I minus 1, and then this one is t sub I. So to get f t sub I minus 1, we will just substitute 0.47 to our function. So automatically, the Excel or the formula in Excel will compute it. And then for f of t sub I, we will just use 0.5, and then we will substitute 0.5 to our function. And then for getting the root estimate, we will use the same formula, but this time it will be automatically computed because we can create formulas in Excel. And then same as for the approximate error. Okay. So for the second iteration, or iteration number 2, we will use 0.5 as our t sub I minus 1, and then we will use t1 that is equal to 0.6461, and then same computation. So using Excel file, it will just automatically computed. So after 3 iterations, the approximated root is equals to 0.65291,858, and our approximate error is equals to 0.02. So we can see that in our approximate error, it has a lot of zeros in its decimal, and we can say that it has a lesser error. So our approximated root is equals to 0.65291. So for the Newton-Raphson method, it will be discussed by my partner, Engineer Julian Mohammed Holanda, with the same function, which is function of t is equals to ln of t plus t raised to 2.
Hello po, so good evening. So I am Mohammed Julian M. Holanda, taking my master's in computer engineering and the specialization in data analysis and engineering. So I will be solving t squared plus ln t equals 0 using the Newton's Raphson method. Yan. So ito po ang ating isosolve po using this method. Yan. So ang Newton-Raphson method ay gumagamit ng formula na ito para makalapit sa tamang sagot. So kailangan po natin siyang kailangan po natin ng derivative ng function, dahil yung f or yung letter t po plus ln t, ang derivative ay 2t plus 1 over t. Yan, so kailangan po natin siyang kunin yung derivative niya. So ito na po ang makukuha natin. So for our first estimation or first na hula natin, first guess po natin, ang gagamitin po natin is yung 0.5 dahil yun po ang pinaka close na feeling natin na gagana. Yan. So, isa-substitute lang po natin siya doon sa letter T. Yan. So, sa first T, yung ginamit po natin is 0.5. Ang value ng function ay negative 0.4431. Ang slope ay 3. Gamit ang formula, makakukuha tayo ng bagong approximation. So, ang magiging result po niya is 0.6477. So, next po, dito naman po, after nun gawin, ngayon gamit ang T1 or yung sa second po, gamit po yung lumabas na result kanina, yung 0.6477, mas malapit na tayo sa 0. Ang bagong approximation natin ay T2 equals 0.6531. Yan. So, ito po ang naging result niya. Yan. So, isa pang round. At halos 0 na ang value ng function, ang final approximation natin is T equals 0.6532. So, halos yun na lang din po ang naging sagot natin. Ayan. So, nasolve natin ang T2 plus ln T equals 0 gamit ang Newton-Raphson final answer po natin is yung 0.6532 dahil yun na po ang pinaka-close sa 0 na kaya natin. So, kung gusto pa natin hanapin yung mas close pa or gusto pa natin itatry, pwede po natin gamitin yung lumabas po dito sa T3. Pero para po sa atin, okay na po itong 0.6532 na magiging result po. So, thank you very much po.
So, Engineer Holanda have showed the solution for Newton-Raphson method, and then we can check it in using Excel. So, for our Newton-Raphson method, we only have one initial value, which is the T sub I is equals to 0.5. So, we have iteration number 1, number 2, number 3, and then our I will always start in 0, and then 1, and then 2. So, only one initial value, which started in 0.5, and then for the next column, we have substituted 0.5 in the function of t is equals to ln of t plus t raised to 2, and it has a result of negative 0.4431. And then in Newton-Raphson method, we have to get the derivative of our function. So the derivative of ln of t plus t raised to 2 is equals to 1 over t plus 2t, right? So after getting the derivative of our function, we will just substitute 0.5 in the in the function that is already has derivative. So it will give us 3.000. And then for our root estimate, we will just use our initial guess and then minus the function of t sub I all over the function of our derivative. So it will give us 0.6477. And for the approximate error, we will just use the same formula in the second method, and it will give us 22.8056%. And then for the second iteration, we will use the value of our root estimate in the first iteration. So 0.6477 will be our value, will be the value of t, or that will be the t sub 1 or t1. So we will just use the same formula for f of t sub I to get the new estimate root, and then we will use that in computation of approximate root. So we will just repeat the computations, and then so after 3 iterations, the approximated root is equals to 0.65291864, and the approximate error is equals to 0.0002708. So we can see here that there's a lot of 0 in our decimal, and we can say that it has less error because that is our approximate error. So the approximated root is 0.65291. And then for the last part of our video, we will show the comparison of Newton-Raphson method versus second method. So we have the factors to be compared, which is number 1 is speed of convergence, number 2 number of iterations needed, number 3 is or difficulty of computation, and number 4 any interesting observations. So for the Newton-Raphson method, the speed of convergence is very fast. So we can see here in our Excel file that it started with the 0.22 without the percentage, and then followed by the 0.0079, and then followed by 0.000027. So without the percentage, we will just move the decimal 2 places to the left. So it is considered as very fast convergence because it is also a quadratic function. And then the number of iterations needed is only 3 because we already get the approximated root for with just 3 iterations. And then so the ease and or difficulty of computation is just slightly hard compared to the second method because we have to compute the derivative of the function. So for the number 4, so they have the same approximate root, but the last 2 decimals are different from each other. So for the Newton-Raphson, we have 64 for the last 2 decimals. And then in second method, we have 58. And then for the second method, the speed of convergence is just faster than linear, but not as fast as quadratic. And then also, the number of iterations needed is just 3 because we already get the approximated root in the second method with just 3 iterations. So, and we can see it in our Excel file. And then for the ease or difficulty of computation, so in second method, this method is easier to compute than the Newton-Raphson method. So because it doesn't need to compute the derivative of the function. And then, so that's all for our video discussion for the assignment number 4.